Howdy YouTube, this is Ryan and you're watching Cherezian Racing, and in this episode I'm going to show you how to save a bent rim that was headed to the recycling yard. Alright, so here's what I'm working with here, some used and bent rims. If you guys have seen our videos before, you know we race dirt oval tracks out here in California, and we're in the pro stock division, and we do things on quite of a budget. So if it's bent, it's not exactly broken. I'm going to show you what I mean in a second with these rims. You know, this is probably going to be the video that described us best out of all the videos we've done so far, because it just shows on what we do with junk to make them good again. And this video will kind of describe on how you can fix a rim that has a bent lip or some road rash. It doesn't have to be a race car, it can really be anything, as long as you're looking to be using this stuff, knowing that it's not exactly going to be perfect, and it's not going to be show quality, but it will get you back on the road and looking half decent. So these are the ones that are bent. I'm going to show you how I fixed them up. These four I already did, and they're real bad. This lip was bent way down, I mean like way down, and then it was flat, so I had to put this lip back in it. And I got these from a modified team out here, a pretty big modifying team, and these are headed to the junkyard. These were something they're going to throw away, and I got them for super cheap. And if you want to have something nice, I like the chrome look, you know, instead of paying full dollar for this stuff, you can go out and find a big team or something, or if you know, you're doing this on your car at home, you can go to the junkyard and find some bent rims or something. But let me show you what I'm talking about here. This guy's a little tore up here. This one's not as bad as the other ones. I didn't think about doing a video until I fixed the worst of the six. But this is a pretty good idea of what's going on. So you see it's flat here, and it's kind of bent down here as well. Normally, this is all I use to fix these things. But the guy I bought these from, Mike Slaney, was kind enough to let me borrow his rim wrench, which I'm using for the first time. And this thing is pretty trick, but I still like to use the crescent wrench in combination with the rim wrench to get a perfect look on it, kind of like those were over there. I say perfect, I mean, you know, half decent, not too bad. So the first thing you need to do is verify you have a good rim and the hub portion is not bent. So you need to put this on the car, preferably the front spindle, something that's free spinning, bolt it on, and take a good look at it. Spin it, and you're going to really be watching the back side here. You're going to be watching, making sure it doesn't wobble like this, or up and down, kind of like this. As long as it's not bent there, and everything else looks okay, you have a good rim to work with. Then you can start working on the outer edge that's all busted in. It's amazing because some guys will just throw in the dumpster. These look good, besides the bent rim. Okay, so coming back to the rim wrench here, this guy works really good. If this thing is bent down, the lip portion is bent inward and you need to bring it back up, this guy works really good on that portion. The crescent wrench, dang, I chipped it. The crescent wrench here is my preference on getting the flat portion back up to this right here with the very edge of it rolled over. This works a little bit better than the rim wrench in my opinion. So that's right. The other portion of the rim wrench is if you need to bend it down. Let's say this is too high up. You need to bring it down a little bit instead of, you know, how we pulled it up on this side. You go ahead and use this portion of it, stick it in there one-handed, and obviously bring it down a little bit. Okay, once you have the middle portion here about even all the way around, now we can start working on the very edge. And this edge is pretty important. It makes the tire a lot easier to mount it without cutting the tire. So this is what I use a crescent for. So the small portion of the rim wrench is also made for pulling this rolled lip back up on the very edge. But the problem is I don't really like how deep you have to go to start rolling it. I'd like to be like here and then just roll the outer portion, but it don't grab there. So you really got to go down a little bit farther, and I don't like where that bends, so that's why I use my crescent here. Just put your crescent on there and find where you kind of want to start rolling up and get it tight, obviously, with the worm here, and then just start bringing them up slowly. You really need to work this, but it will work. Just takes time. Okay, you can't get it on some portions, so you might need to open this up just a little bit to get it in there, and then start it, and then you can tighten it back down a little more, get some good grip on it, and work it. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. You really can't tell unless you look at it that way, but I'm going to show you what it looks like after I'm done doing this. Alright, so they're done. This rim wrench really helps out a lot, so I strongly recommend getting one of these if you guys are going to be doing something like this. It's about 30 bucks, but it's money well spent. So these babies are ready for some chrome Krylon. Alright, so I figured I'd show you exactly what I mean when I'm saying check the wheel or the rim on the car, and you can see if it's bent or not. So go ahead and spin it, and you're looking mostly right here, because if this back lip right here is bent at all, it's going to be wobbly, but you're really looking to see if this portion is going back and forth, up or down, but this one looks good, so that's the way I check them. So I decided to pick up some chrome spray paint, and I got Rust-Oleum, not Krylon. I picked this up at my local Ace Hardware. Figured I'd show you guys how I touch them up. I've never done it before. I don't know how it's going to look on these bright and chrome rims, but we're about to find out. So I'm probably going to put a base coat of black down first and then hit it with some chrome, and then you guys also can't forget to support your local liquor stores. Got a pretty big whoopty in it. Look at that. So I marked it there, paint pen, and then I marked it there for where it starts to go in and where it stops. So I'm going to take a big old sledge in this guy, try to make it round again. Alright, so I just went to anger management class with this sledgehammer out there in my yard and beat it on the dirt. You're not going to want to beat these things obviously on the car, on the spindle, because you're going to be bending all kinds of other stuff. And I don't like to have it bolted down, because if you have it bolted down to some kind of contraption to hold the wheel, you run the risk of actually bending the hub. So I like to place it flat on the ground. I'll show you guys in a second, and then smack it with the sledgehammer. And then I use this to kind of gauge where I'm at. I probably hit a little bit too hard right there, because you can see it touches that handle. So this portion right here is a little bit too raised, so I'm going to knock that down a little bit. And the next portion over where I hit it right here is good, but right in the center it's still a little bit low. So I'm going to go out there one more time and smack it. Low. Alright, so low side, obviously right there where I marked it at. I need to see it on the inside. So I'm going to bring this line all the way up and mark it on the inside. Alright, I'm working out here in this Knights and Sand, which is pretty soft. It actually works pretty good to conform to the rim. So I give it a good smack right about there. Get one more in there. Okay. That looks better. Okay, and I'm gonna take this hide side down. I don't know why I ended up marking it on the inside. Don't need to see it there. Don't need to do a whole lot right there, just a little bit. That feels better. Let's go check it out. Alright, now I can live with that. I mean, before it was a good I don't know, quarter-inch difference from the rest of the rim. Now we're sitting pretty close here. So the biggest problem with that would have been seeing there's an inner bead lock here. If this was, let's say, on the left side of the car, like a left rear or something, it would have had a much more of a tendency to want to pop that bead off, it being so low. So now that we have it up at a normal height, I would feel pretty confident running. All right, so now that I got these things all bent back into shape, I'm gonna try my luck here with the chrome spray paint. I'm gonna take the worst wheel here, which looks like it's this one, because it's missing the chrome pretty much all the way around the edge. So first thing I'm gonna do here is get off as much of this loose chrome as I can. All right, so you guys are probably wondering, I'm gonna hit with black first. I've always found when you put a base coat of black down first and hit with the chrome spray paint afterwards, it pops a lot harder. Just my personal experience. So what I did is I went in here and kind of taped off where I want to stop painting at. And then I took a little bit of cardboard and the old pirate's trick. Made a perfect circle with the shoelace and a pencil. And got ready to start hitting this thing up. I'm not too worried about taping off the center portion because you're never going to see that, and I don't really care about things you can't see. All right, so you guys that have seen our videos before know that this is our one for all table here, the good old shopping cart. It's our paint booth, our tire prep stand. Works pretty good for just about anything. So I'm gonna hit a nice base coat here to start with. All right, so I got 2 coats of black on there. Not too heavy of a coat, just kind of a light dustings. Here we go with the chrome. I'm gonna hit it lightly the first time so it settles in. All right, it's the final product. Doesn't look too bad. It's definitely not the same exact color as the other chrome, but it's close enough, and from afar I really don't think you're gonna be able to tell. I got some touch of work to do, like right here, but considering that's what we came from and that's what we're at now, I'll take that every day. So making junk go fast is pretty much what we always do here in Cherezian Racing. If you guys like the video, give us a comment and a like, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and then we'll see you next time here on Cherezian Racing.